Hey guys, my name is Russ Marsingill. Welcome to Holistic to Whole. This is the very first video on the website, and it's for good reason. I'm wanting to try and introduce people to a couple of the reasons why the Holistic to Whole website was created. Also, I'm going to answer a couple of questions about that people have sent in. First of all, I need you to understand that I'm not a doctor. And I don't want you to take everything that I say as the only answer. I believe that I was put here for a reason. And I believe that, like many people who have faced different diseases and challenges in their life, some of us just have to step forward and speak what we believe. Holistic to Whole is what I believe is working for me at this point in time. And I want it to be your opportunity to consider alternatives as you go through whatever challenges it is that you're facing right now. So again, my disclaimer at this point, I am not a medical doctor, and you should not do anything that I suggest or that anybody else suggests without first speaking with at least your general practitioner. Alright, one of the first questions that I have been asked recently is where do I get my energy for what I'm doing? Because I have been diagnosed with throat cancer, and I seem to feel really good and upbeat most of the time. And I think it comes a lot from the diet that I have chosen. You know, I think people expect me to appear sick, and I don't, and at this time. And I believe the reason that I don't appear sick is I eat extremely healthy. I have completely changed my SAD diet, standard American diet, which consisted of a lot of sugar and a lot of red meat and pretty much fast food. And I've exchanged it for more of a vegetarian diet. I do have a little meat from time to time. I eat very little, if any, sweets at all. If I eat sweets, it's in some type of natural form. And there are a lot of natural sugars that we can consume. So my energy just comes from primarily my diet, but also 3 days a week I try to get in some cardiovascular exercise, which helps bring oxygen into my body. Also, I get my energy, I think, from my family. I get a lot of support from my family. They stand behind what I'm doing. Didn't so much in the beginning, especially some of my sibling, my brother, his wife, some of my mom, my dad. They all kind of questioned, "Are you making the right decision? Are you sure this is really what you want to do?" But they know me, and they know that I've always taken the road less traveled, and I do it for a reason. Okay. Another question that came in: what if I am unable to exercise? There's all kinds of exercises people can do. There's actually exercises you can do laying in the bed. Just arm exercises, if that's where you can start. Sitting in a chair, leg exercises, lifting your legs. And you hear the tweeting. I have a hummingbird feeder nearby, and they're feeding. And if you find a way to exercise, do it. Lifting books. You can do crunches laying in the bed. You can do leg exercises laying in the bed. For some people who are really sick, I mean, just if there's a way of getting some fresh air, get outside, raise a window. And I definitely recommend not laying around in the dark. We're going to get into talking about attitude and seeing ourselves healed. We're going to talk about that in the coming weeks. But I definitely recommend opening windows, opening doors, and spend at least an hour or two a day getting some fresh air. Vitamin D comes from the sun, and that's a great cancer fighter in and of itself. Sunburning. You're not out to get blistered. You're out to absorb the natural vitamin D that can come from the sun. Another question, let's see. One person said that they just have no positive influences in their life that can help them in doing this. Very few people are going to get positive influence in any. I mean, do you have to have a positive influence to get up and change clothes in the morning? Do you have to have a positive influence to brush your teeth? I would hope that this is something that you're going to get up and do this because you want to live another day, another month, another year, another 10 years, another 20 years. See yourself 20 years from now. Envision yourself whole and healed. Be your own encouragement. Write letters. Get a journal and start journaling your hopes, because when the bad days come, then you have something to reflect on and to feel better about. Okay? And then one last question that I got: why am I against orthodox medicine? I am not against orthodox medicine. If I need a doctor, I have a general practitioner. I have spoken to him on many occasions about what's going on in my life. Does he agree with everything I'm doing? Absolutely not. Of course, he feels that I need to be doing orthodox treatments for most of it. Here's the thing we have to remember about doctors. They're licensed. They have been given a license from whatever state they're in, from the medical field, and they have to stay within the guidelines that gave them that license to practice medicine. And if they do anything outside, I know of more than one person who is a licensed practitioner or a licensed nurse, and they may know that there's something that that person can do for themselves naturally, but by law they cannot tell that person what they think personally. And I actually heard this on a video series we were watching called The Truth About Cancer. Fantastic video series. It's an 11-part series. And we'll put, I think we have some information on that in our link section of the website. But The Truth About Cancer, they mention that if a doctor, an oncologist, is diagnosed with cancer, 90+% of them say that they would not treat themselves the way they treat their patients. They would go about it in a more holistic way. Another thing in doctors today, if you look at most people in the professional medical field, they're extremely healthy people. And that's because they have seen so much sickness that they know that it's important to keep a good, strong, healthy body. Doctors are incredibly intelligent people, and I think the field that they work within, if I needed a doctor for surgery, if I got hurt in an accident and I needed a doctor, I will go to the one I feel would do the best. I wish, and part of the mission of Holistic to Whole is, I see the day coming whenever doctors will not only be able to recommend prescription drugs, but they'll be able to recommend some holistic approach that goes along with the surgery or the chemo or the radiation. Chemo and radiation destroys the immune system. They know that. But what they don't tell you is that eating a really good, strong, balanced diet, drinking, juice, get all the juice, all the greens, all the carrots, all the incredible benefits of beet juice and barley and kale, and I mean, there's so much that we can benefit from a good, clean, healthy diet. Drop the sugar. Sugar feeds cancer. I mean, every time, if you've been diagnosed and you eat anything, and that includes artificial sweeteners, If you eat anything that contains artificial sweeteners and sugars and you've been diagnosed with a disease, you're doing two things. You're depleting your immune system and you're feeding the cancer. You're helping it grow. So if you want to start turning things around, you've got to get away from some of the bad habits. So again, I'm not against orthodox medicine. And I hope this is a great beginning, helping you understand kind of where we're going from here. Over the course of the next few weeks, we're going to break things down in short videos. And one of the very first ones is about attitude, because people come into situations like this and they have no idea what they need to do to benefit themselves as far as attitude. And there's also a spiritual level that will have to be covered. People have got to get out of the darkness and gloom of the diagnosis and start looking at a bright side of their future. I've said this many times, cancer is the best thing to happen to me. How can I say cancer is the best thing to happen to me? Because it gave me a mission, and it gave me an opportunity to be able to sit down and talk to other people about what I think and what I believe about the future of medicine, the future of treatments for cancer, and I think it's going to change drastically. And I see it happening right now with the young people in this country. Young people are waking up. Young people are, when I say young, I'm talking our college age, our 20-somethings today. They're starting to really become aware of the opportunities that are available through alternative food choices, medicines, organic, and that's another thing. We're going to start researching more about organic farms, community farming, people that share their work in farming over the course of the next couple of months and years. It's going to be a great journey, and I really hope you'll hang around for it. Have a wonderful day. Think positive. Keep coming back and visiting this website, and get ready, because Holistic to Whole, we're going to see things change. Okay? God bless. Have a great day. Peace out.